Here is a sort of walkthrough of what I'm thinking for the velocity and direction sensitivity model. So here in Flow3D, I have the ramp ring velocity and direction sensitivity. If I go to model setup, I made some adjustments to the input, the geometry. So the sediment is this big circular disc, and the reason it's circular is because we can rotate it and there'll be no difference in terms of the direction. So the only thing that will change when we change the direction is the orientation of the sort of half hexagon ramps. And so what I'm thinking is you run this experiment first in the and I'll start this direction right now. All the other settings should be good. It's running for an hour. The speed is at 0.5 meters per second. If we go check the inlet, okay, so in the flow, the inlet is it's coming from the x direction at 0.5 meters. So the flow is always the same at 0.5 meters for this test. So first it'll be the direction, and then we'll adjust the velocity as well, and just basically capture how those two factors influence the sediment transport. So if I want to change the angle, I go to the geometry, and then for each of these objects, so I have the crescent, and actually we only have to do it for the crescent, I guess. I'm going to apply a transformation, and the transformation center should be at 0, 0, 0. That's the way the model is set up. So if we rotate it that way, it should stay kind of in the middle of the simulation. And then we're going to do a rotation. The rotation should be around the Z axis, so maybe we'll do 15 degrees. You see how it rotates, and we only need to rotate it like sort of all positive because it should be symmetric. So we rotate it -15, it should be the same as rotating it 15 degrees. So I'm going to set that back to 0 to run the first simulation. But what you would do is just make that one change, rotate under the rotation transformation. So you click on transformations for the crescent object, and then adjust that the degrees under Z. And then once you make that adjustment, you go to the favor mesh generation, regenerate it, and then you can run the sim. And I think what we'll do is just name these by the, when we overwrite and we need to rename them, we'll just rename each simulation based on the angle. So now I'm going to go here, run simulation, local, and then when I run the next one, or when you run the next one, just resave the name as angle 0. That's it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense.